Dear student, welcome to Halisha Cantonment Public School and College Online Education. How are you all? I hope all of you were fine. Today we'll discuss the uses of connectors. If I ask you, do you have any problem in the uses of connectors? I hope that 90% student will tell yes, I have the problem. Then today we'll discuss the uses of connectors. Some questions. What are the connectors? Connectors are the words, those connect the ideas. Connectors are the words, those connect ideas connecting the sentences. Why do we use connectors? We use connectors to connect the ideas, to link the ideas of a paragraph so that it seems to the reader united or a single idea. How many ways should the connectors be used? How many ways should the connector be used? Connectors can be used in two ways for the student. One, fill in the gap. Another, the question setter may give you the connectors to use in the sentence. Actually, the second one is very effective. What is the difference between the conjunction and the connectors? The difference between conjunction and the connectors: conjunction connect the two words or phrases, but the connector connects the ideas, two ideas in a paragraph. How to use connectors? I already told that connectors should be used in two ways. Okay, once giving the fill in the blank test, another one providing the connectors to the student to use in real situation to connect the ideas. Let's go here, see a list of important connectors for exam. These are list of important connectors. These connectors are very necessary for your exam. You must keep these connectors in your memory. Most of the connectors will come from here, or the synonymous connectors of these may come in your exam. Uses of connectors. Here we'll discuss some rules of using connectors. First of all, these three connectors are used to describe the types of anything. If you want to describe the types, then we'll use these connectors. Let's go for clarification in the example. There are many reasons of water pollution. Firstly, man does unwise activity. So I'm going to describe the types of water pollution here. That is why I'm using that one. Firstly, man does unwise activity. Besides, apart from this, not only that, these connectors are used to give additional valuable information. You can use besides or apart from this, not only that. All of these are synonymous. So let's go for the example. He lost his money bag in a mela. Besides, he lost his cell phone. So I'm giving here the importance, giving the additional information. Besides, he lost his cell phone. Moreover, and however is used to give extra additional information, not valuable. Here it is valuable, but here only to give the extra additional information. Let's go for example. We are fond of pizza. However, we are satisfied to have burger. So this is just the additional information. On the other hand or on the contrary, both of these are synonymous. These two used to mean opposite, to give the opposite direction or opposite meaning. For example, Messi scored 3 goals. On the other hand, Di Maria scored 2 goals. Okay, you see here the practical uses of on the other hand. At the same time, at the time, this at the same time, at that time, both of these are synonymous. These connectors are used to mean same time, to indicate the same time. The president delivered his lecture. At the same time, the chief guest not deliver, D-L-I-B-R, wanted to deliver his lecture. Next, go for uses of other connectors. In order to, this connector is used to express causes. If you want to express the causes, then you must use this connector. For example, in order to get a good opportunity, we have to wait. We have to wait. Why we have to wait? In order to get a good opportunity. So I'm going to express the cause. That is why I use the in order to. But or surprisingly, both of these are synonymous. These connectors are used to express totally opposite idea. Express totally opposite idea. She tried a lot for changing her luck, but the luck betrayed with her. So she tried a lot, but next one is totally opposite. The luck betrayed with her. Next one, in fact, naturally, after all, indeed, actually, these are synonymous connectors. These connectors are used to express the real cause. It is red in color. In fact, it should be white. So I express here the real cause. That means it should be white, not red. In that case, you can use this connector. Sometimes, usually, to mean unusual incident. Sometimes unusually are used. Both of these are synonymous. They are used to express unusual incident or to describe unusual incident. Let's go for examples. Sometimes we wish to watch a horrible movie. So it is not regular. We don't watch horrible movie regularly. Sometimes we watch. Okay, so it is the unusual incident. Undoubtedly, or no doubt, these connectors are used to tell surely. If I want to tell you, or if I want to ensure anything, then his past and present record is obvious. Undoubtedly, he will be a doctor in future. So undoubtedly, he will be a doctor in future. I'm going to give you the assurance. That is why I use this connector. Now go for rules 11 to 15. Then after that, at last, after a while, these connectors are used to mean what has happened next. That is means what will happen next, what is going to be happen next. At first I took a coffee, then I took an ice cream. So first I have taken coffee, the secondly I have taken ice cream. So what has happened next? Okay, for indicating that one, these connectors are used. That means all of these connectors are synonymous. You can use any of them in the exam. If you answer and your friend answer differed in the exam, that is not the matter. But if it is synonymous, then you will get mark. No need to be worried. That is why for this reason, these connectors are also synonymous. These connectors used to match the earlier incident to the next incident. What happened in earlier, I'm going to connect that idea what happened next. You don't know the rules of tense. That is why you are very weak in English grammar. So why I'm weak in English grammar? The reason is that incident. First, I'm not good at tense. That is why. As since this connector used to describe the reason. As you are ill, you cannot do it properly. So reason URL. That is why you cannot do it properly. Next, come here, nowadays, at present, now. These connectors are used to describe the present situation. Nowadays, at present, and now, all of these are synonymous. You can use any of them to describe the present situation. Come for the example, nowadays, globalization has become a buzzword. So it is the present situation. We can use any of one to describe this situation. For example, for instance, such as these connectors are also synonymous. They are used to give example. Adulterate foods create many diseases. For example, it cures cancer in human body. So for giving the example, we can use these connectors. Now let's go for rules 16 to 20. If, unless both of these are synonymous, these connectors used to mean condition. These connectors are used to mean condition. If you study hard, you will get good result. So what is the condition of the good result? If you study hard. So this connector is used here to link this. Except this used to mean without this. Without this. Accept your concept, you will not make our choice. Accept your concept will not make our choice. Okay. So to mean without this, without your concept, we use these connectors. Though, although. These connectors are used to mean in spite of this, in spite of this. Though he was a good student, he has failed in the test exam. So being a good student, he has failed. In spite of being a good student, he has failed. So if we get anything like this, then we have to use this connector. Remember one thing, you always try to understand the meaning of the given passage in the exam. If you don't understand the meaning, then you cannot use connector properly. So you try to understand the meaning of the given passages, then go for the selection of the connectors. According to or accordingly, these connectors are synonymous. These connectors can be used to mean as per this incident or idea. As per this incident or idea. According to some myths, the child was the son of Ulysses. So according to some myth, we use this connector here. As a result, so, finally, consequently, these are the synonymous. Therefore, so you can use any of this connector to describe the result. Today, the weather is not favorable. As a result, the match is postponed. So why the match postponed? The result of unfavorable weather. So here is one exercises for all of you. You will practice that one at home based on the discussed rules. I have set the exercise for you. Actually, this exercise is taken from the board questions. There you can use connectors, but it is not purely based on connectors. It is based on connectors, then linkers, then conjunction. So you will practice that one at home. Practice the uses of connectors, understanding the meaning of the passage in your own language. Otherwise, you cannot use as connectors. I repeat. Know the rules. I hope that you got idea about the uses of connectors from today's discussion. But in the exam, you must try to understand the uses of connectors, understanding the meaning of the text, and practice a lot of the uses of connectors using the test papers and exercises from your health book or from different types of guidebooks. I hope that all of you will join with me next video. Until then, Allah Hafiz.